Jnana you can try. He says that will also not work. Then he tells Kechit Kevaya Bhaktya Vasudeva Parayanam Agham Dhanvanti Kashnena Neharam Yovaskaram. So then he explains that with he to prove that point, he tells the story of Ajamila. So that was the first three chapters of the sixth canto. Because he was describing why did this chapter come, why did this section of Ajamila come, what was the connection? Because he explained about the hellish planets. Why did he explain them? Because he was explaining the planetary system which Priyavrat Maharaj made. Priyavrat Maharaj in the fifth canto, if you remember, he after he was told to get married by his father Swayambhu Manu, Narada Muni was opposing. Then he gets married. Then he creates all this planetary seven oceans, seven islands, and then his son. So then we have this Bharat Maharaj story. Rishabdev, then Bharat Maharaj. After Bharat Maharaj story ends, that time Parikshit Maharaj gets doubts. Okay, because Priyavrat Maharaj made such universe and all these things, so he want to know the description about the universe. When he explained the description of the universe in the end, he wanted to know how one can be saved from the hellish conditions. And after that, again, he will come back to the point. Okay, then he will continue the continuation. Then he explains the this section of sixth canto, where we have Hamsa Guhya prayers. Immediately comes to Dhruv Maharaj. The lineage continues from Dhruv Maharaj, where he explains the Prachetas, and because Prachni Bariha also came in the fourth canto, and then there are Prachetas. So Prachetas, they they marry to Mrisha, and Daksha is born. And Daksha offers very wonderful prayers, and Lord appears. After the Lord appears, then Daksha asks blessings. He starts creating, and Narada Muni enters into picture. Actually, what happens is there it is said that Daksha didn't, the sons of Daksha, he was not, his sons were not, they're all daughters. So there was a question, why no daughters? Because he converted all the sons were converted into brahmacharis by Narada Muni. So that's actually what happened. So we saw how the tendency to commit offenses still continues after life. You see how many kalpas it is. Sorry, not kalpas. How many manvantras it is. Daksha after many manvantras and after performing so much austerities, after getting darshan of Lord, still that mentality don't change. That is why it is swabhava duratikramaha. It is very difficult to change the mindset of people no matter how much hard work we do. This is a actually it's a very relieving thing. If you can understand this point, na, so much of your life anxiety will reduce. What is the life anxiety? Na? We want to change some people in this world. Husband want to change wife want to change the husband, and both of them want to change the children. Children want the parents to be changed. So we are trying to change each other. But in Daksha's past time, this is a very good lesson that no matter how much a person try, it is very difficult to change the natures. And that too at that level. No, the tendencies are so subtle. Some things cannot be changed. Of course, it's not that nothing changes. Some things can be changed, but some things are so deep that is very difficult. And for personality like Daksha also. He offended Shiva, and after few manvantras, again he's offending Narada. You see? So it is not going only. Especially this offensive part is most dangerous. Daksha remained Daksha, but offenses are also continuing. So what happens is na, he will not get that pure love. That is the danger. He cannot experience that. pure love for Krishna, or he may not get the higher rasas because of that offense. Like we hear about four Kumaras also, they offended Jay Vijay, they cursed Jay Vijay, because of which they could not get access for the higher rasas. So that is the system there. So we should be very careful. And some other, like my friend, he tells there was so much struggle for him. Wife, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, so much tension he was going through. So he went to an astrologer. Astrologer told one thing, and my friend he said, "Proji, that was the best thing I could hear in my life." And after hearing that, I got so much relief. My half of my problems in life got solved after hearing from this astrologer this line. What is that line? Very interesting line. He said, "Your wife will never understand you till you die." She will always misunderstand you. He said, Roji, that was such a relief. Because then no need to try to prove that I am right. Because she will never understand only. So what is the point? You can be peaceful. It's not actually I don't want to make fun, but I want you to understand the reality. So some natures are so difficult. Both they may be trying also hard, but something don't go. See, something are very dangerous na, that we have to immediately avoid. Like if somebody is breaking for regulative principles or some very very dangerous habit, that is have to call. But some type of tendencies, the way they think, the way they do things, the way they speak, some habits are there na, that are very that the thought process they have na, that is little that is the first thing that can be changed. But below the thought process, emotions are little easy to control. If somebody is very very emotionally affected, we can little bit sorry, that is much more deeper. Thoughts are little higher level. Emotions are much more deeper, which is very difficult. Like somebody is crying, so we can help him understand, okay, don't worry. You should think in a different way. We can help in little level of thoughts, but their emotions now, which is much more deeper, and desires are much much more deep. Oh, so it's all goes more and more deeply. So we have to understand here. So here Daksha's case is also same thing. His things are very deep. He offended, but that is over at one level. Then next is he begotten children, and he was very happy. Everybody is happy. And we saw the big what do you say, big list of his children, what all who all came. And then in the end of it, we saw another problem with devatas. Why this conversation came is in the end, Sukadeva Goswami is telling, "Oh, Narada Muni accepted Vishrupa as his guru." This was told. So then the Sukadeva Goswami gets it out. So then he asked, this conversation comes. So I'll just share for you what we discussed yesterday. The summary of it. So this is very small. The anatomy of spiritual authority, diagnostic framework. So here, this is from yesterday's chapter where Indra offended his guru, and then what all happened. So first is pitfall of power, mapping the predictable decay of reverence through opulence and routine. So two problems are there. We have so much opulence and there is so much routine. That's if we stay too close to Guru, na, we may take him for granted, or we may become familiar with him. That is routine. So this is the pitfall of power. Decay. And then second is the mechanics of grace. Understanding how spiritual connection is lost, and the precise intervention required to restore it, and establishing the truth matrix of sincerity and selfless leadership. That is true authority. So, this is actually what happened to Indra. He tried to again try to restore it, and then he gained his again he gained his authority. But what happened is, this is the whole theme of the lesson. So we see that there is madha. Madha is intoxication, arrogance. This is actually yesterday's chapter's whole. I am trying to explain in PPT so that we can remember. See, there are the two sides: satpatha, proper conduct, and then the other two sides are, one is Aishwarya, one is Madha. So this is, the intoxication is not an external accident. It is a triggered. It is triggered directly by an unmanaged increase in Aishwarya. So if your Aishwarya is increasing, it is also increasing Mada. You see the graph is going up. As Aishwarya is increasing, Mada is increasing. So to some extent it is good only, but after some time both are increasing. So it's always dangerous. The zone of transmission. Unchecked opulence forcefully pulls leaders off the path of proper conduct. So too much success in bhakti is more dangerous. That's why we are discussing. Radhana Mara says, to handle failure in bhakti is easy, but to handle success is very difficult. Because in success, to remain Trinadapsunichina is very, very difficult thing. That's the point. And familiarity quietly accelerates neglect. So this also we should understand that how dangerous it is if we are becoming familiar. And this is actually going to happen in all relationships. That's the reason the closest people, na, we offend our closest people. And that is how the system works here. Just a minute. Yeah. So, initial establishment of the Guru disciple shelter and Brihaspati's daily visit, the routine nature of the presence causes the demigods to take his authority for granted. And then what happened? Complete erosion of protocol leading to the ultimate offense. So how it fell down? Is if y-axis is reverence and honor, and the x-axis which is down is frequency of interaction, daily routine. So this is the problem. If we are doing it daily, then there is always this problem that occurs. So access to spiritual authority requires active maintenance. Without it, routine silently degrades into neglect. You see, access to spiritual requires active maintenance. We have to be conscious every day. If we are not, then there is a danger of fall. And then this is strategies is subordinate to Guru's mercy. Brahma's diagnosis confirmed that the demigod's military loss war was not a failure of strategy, but a direct symptom of spiritual neglect. You are seeing the difference? When we are dealing with our guru and all, we need to know, and anything here in this world, when we are respecting cows, brahmanas, spiritual master, Vaishnavas, then we are going to get spiritual benefits. That's why we need blessings. We may, if they're wishing well for us, is actually what is blessing called. Because they are wishing well, Krishna takes their wish seriously. When marriages and any functions, birthdays, everybody goes and takes blessings. And always the uh, younger people should take blessings of the elder people. So this is what is the system. So if you follow that, definitely we are going to benefit. So I was telling the story of Markandeya Rishi. So when he was told that okay, 16 years he is going to die, his father told him is when he was born, he was known according to his Kundali, he has to die at the age of 16. So his father, when he was very small, 3 years old like that, that time onwards, his father used to tell him, "No, my dear son, mm, you offer obeisances to all the sages." So he started offering obeisances to sages, and he got so much addicted to that habit of offering obeisances. And by the end of 16, he accumulated the blessings of thousands and thousands of saintly people. And one day he offered obeisances to, and he used to very, very honestly, sincerely, with great love, he used to offer obeisances. And one day he offered obeisances to Saptarishis. They also, whenever somebody offer obeisance, they bless him. Ayushman Bhava. Let you remain long, let you be long lived. And then they saw this fellow is going to die only in few days. Then they understood how can we bless this? And then everything changed. They say, okay, you got so much blessings. Now he stays for whole kalpa. All the 14 manvantras he's staying. One full day of Brahma he's going to stay like that. He is one of the Chiranjeevs, Markandeya Rishi. So how did he get? Because of spiritual strength only. So here demigods, what they did, they neglected it. So it is not strategy. They were very successful, very powerful, but still they failed. So this is the main reason. So spiritual, the surprising power of physically weaker demons is entirely sourced from the shelter of their spiritual master. Victory is determined at the fulcrum. So what is that fulcrum? Guru's mercy. Whoever gets more, they will win. Demigods have strength and strategy, but still they lose only. Because what did the demons do? They started serving their guru. As soon as they came to know that Indra offended their guru, they understood, yes, now we got a chance. They started serving their guru and they made it. So the next thing is genuine repentance require structural intervention. Indra, what he did, he offended. And sincere self condemnation. So Indra immediately apologized for apology is necessary, but strictly insufficient to instantly restore blessings. You see, so what is needed to restore blessing? Sustained humility, higher intervention. These are two things. So re-establishing shelter requires sustained submission and the active guidance of a higher authority to rebuild the connection. Your understanding? Now, Indrana, we see the tendency of Indra also same. He offended his Guru Brahaspati, and again he offends Vishwarup, his Guru. Here also same mentality. Daksha also same, Indra also same. Mentality don't change only. So here, Indra is repenting now, and he got Brahma's guidance. Brahma. So higher intervention is that for our life, what we should do? We should know these two things. For us to get benefited, means like we did a mistake. Now what we should do? Sustained humility is needed. Continuously we should remain humble, and then we should take help of senior Vaishnavas. When these two pillars are there, na, from offending Guru to pleasing Guru. To that state, for Indra to come, two things are needed. So for us also, we are in a offensive stage. We need to have two things. We have to associate with devotees who are free from Ninda. Nindadi shunyam hidamipsita sangalabdya. We have to associate with devotees who are free from fault finding tendency. And second thing is, we should have sustained humility. Yes. We discussed three things are there na, to overcome offense. Remember, first is we have to have guru centered life. Second is try to develop humility. Third is associate with Vaishnavas who are free from offensive mentality. Ninda Shunyam. They should not speak ill of anybody. That type of Vaishnavas we should associate. Like that. They may have some weakness, but they are not finding fault in others. That means when you sit with them, they don't speak any negative of anybody. Either they are speaking about Krishna or something, but they don't like speaking negative of others. That is very good for us, that type of association, because we also will never talk negative of others. We may discuss many things, but nothing about this devotee is like this, that devotee is like this, he did like this, they did like this, she did like this. This type of association is the most dangerous association. We should be careful from such association. They are like, they are very dangerous people. Okay, so then is true sincerity is measured by knowledge, age plus, sorry, to seniority. So when they go to Vishwarup, they accept him as a senior. Age and family rank is not seniority. Access to Vedic knowledge. Of course, age and seniority also we should give respect. But another criteria for seniority is Vedic knowledge. So the demigods explicitly rejected the material merits of age and lineage when attempting to select a new preceptor. So they did not see what is Vishwarup. He is very small. And also he is having some connection. Father side demigods and mother side demons. So the lineage is little mixed, but they didn't mind. Scriptural precedent is established by their willingness to accept their own nephew, Vishwarup, as a guru purely on the basis of his realized knowledge. So, disposition of unmotivated service. Vedic knowledge holds the supreme qualification for spiritual leadership, duty to elders. Vishwarup's initial hesitation is overcome not by ambition but strictly by a sense of service to his superiors and refusal of personal gain. The true priest occupies the position of authority without seeking the reward of the offer. So they want to do purohit. We discuss now. They want to do hita. They want to benefit the family with whom they are connected to. So they try to do all the services to the family without expecting any return. They really want to benefit. Puro means family hita, like that. So here they are not interested in personal gain. Return, they want to do something for that family, like that. So here three things: Vedic knowledge. So Vishrup accepted not to get something, but as a service to his superiors. So then we saw this shifting paradigm from material to spiritual merits, domain, material lens, and spiritual lens. Source of victory is material lens is strength and strategy, whereas spiritual lens is Guru's mercy. Mukam karoti pachalam, pangum langayate guru, that we discussed. Measure of seniority is age and family rank, whereas spiritual lens is Vedic knowledge. What is seniority? How much realized knowledge he has. And what should be the motivation service? Some may be desire and reward, another is duty to elders for Vishwarup. And then we saw the last one, response to offenses, immediate apology, and that is material lens. Okay, he apologized. He did mistake and he's apologizing. But problem is again you will do it, na? That is the problem. It will not go. But if you want to come out of it, then sustained humility and intervention of a superior is must. So the restoration of spiritual authority requires a complete abandonment of material diagnostics. So we should go with spiritual diagnosis, Guru's mercy, Vedic knowledge, duty to elder, sustained humility, and intervention. So the last thing is the closed loop system of spiritual alignment. The disciples' posture is sustained humility, rejection of arrogance, and preceptor's posture is selfless knowledge, duty without gain. So, spiritual victory is not a static achievement, but a dynamic ecosystem. Both the leader and the guru must actively reject material paradigms, whether the arrogance of wealth or the desire for reward, to sustain its flow and grace. Such an important point. What a person who is receiving the mercy, he should give up arrogance. So we are receiving knowledge, we should not be arrogant. And what should be Guru's motivation when he's giving? He should be selfless. He don't want anything in return. So that should be the motivation of the Guru. So both of them are connected like that. So this is the posture of disciple and Guru. He is giving selflessly without expecting any return. And disciple is sustained humility and is rejecting arrogance. Then only things will work. Now we are in a student state. So we should not be arrogant and we should not we should be very humble. But when we are teaching others, that time what should be our motivation? Duty and without any selfish motivation, without any gain. So this is the end, means that is the chapter summary for the which chapter this is? Seventh chapter. Any questions on that chapter before we go to the eighth chapter? All clear. Okay. Yes, Sita Kumamataji.
Uh, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji Pranam. Prabhu,
Tanaka.
Prabhu, in the purport, in one of the, I don't remember which particular verse, it's mentioned that it's the duty of the guru to ensure the material opulence of the disciple also. I could understand that point, Prabhu. It's mentioned in Srila Prabhupada's purports.
Here,
Yeah.
na, ensure means he will see that he's materially stable, basically. Not that Guru is giving him a job or getting him, like Prabhupada got his disciples initially, got them married, and he's making sure that sometimes he asks, okay, how are you? What are you doing? Trying to give some arrangements for their settlement. Not that he is for that, but like all these the gurus of the demigods or some like we see every king had some priest with them. So what they do is they help them guide them materially also because material stability is needed for spiritual stability. Like person is not having a job for long time. For him to practice spirituality becomes sometimes challenging because the anxiety grows so much. If say somebody does not uh, have proper settlement, so many loans are there and other financial things, so that is also causes some disturbance for a spiritual practice. So at some level they guide, and like say Dasharath Maharaj was not having children, so what Vasistha said, okay, you call Mr. Shringi and perform this yajna. So he's taking care of his material stability also, right? So that is how they are guiding. It's like Narada is guiding so many people. Okay, you don't have children, then you do this. So many kings don't have children. Chitraketu Maharaj had a problem, so Angira Rishi helped. So like that, they were helping them in materially also, and so that ultimately they want to bring them to spiritual practice like that. So Guru's taking care of means like Prabhupada provided for us all the prasadam, temples, and all these things. So he's giving that stability also. That's what my understanding is.
Okay. So, Prabhu, may the material, they want to ensure the well-being of the material well-being to the point so that they can practice bhakti nicely.
Yes,
That's
yes,
the agenda. Okay, okay.
yes, yes.
See, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
They don't want them to get entangled in that. They want to get free only. But sometimes you need some basic stability to maintain bhakti also. Otherwise, it becomes very distracting. Suddenly, some events are happening, and so it's causes disturbance.
Right,
Yes,
right,
Srinath.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare
Srinath.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Dhanutana Prabhuji.
Dhananjay.
Thank you so much for this presentation. And while you're explaining one point, uh, a question came to my mind yesterday. A devotee came to me and he was um, talking to me, and while talking, he expressed his uh, concern related to uh, he works in the association of devotees only, where there are many devotees. So he was saying that sometimes it becomes very difficult to uh, work with devotees because uh, this is material world, and but uh, when they are working, so वो spirituality they and does not uh, they don't believe कि ऐसा devotee भी ऐसा हमारी life में कर सकते हैं. So I was not in a position to say him that "Hmm, इनको इग्नोर करो." तो फिर मैंने फाइनली इसको बोला कि मैंने कि आप इन सब चीज़ों पे ध्यान मत दो. You just try to think that these are all your gem polishers, and you can't make everybody like आपने बोला ना जो बेसिक नेचर होता है वो चेंज नहीं होता. तो मैंने कहा अगर कोई भी कैसा कुछ करता है आप ये सोचो कि that has been that situation or that devotee has come for something to teach you, and you just keep on moving ahead. Don't just keep on thinking on those things and disturb your mind. तो आप आगे बढ़ो बस, और उनको ऐसा समझो कि इसमें से मुझे क्या सीखना है, और उन सब चीज़ों में अपना अपने आप को ज़्यादा इन्वॉल्व मत करो. So that's what I could tell him. But I was thinking that should we, how should we deal with all these things? मतलब whether we should hear or guide, or outrightly if we say that I don't want to hear all this. So he's very close, and if I say directly no to him, he may feel कि he is also not at least hearing me. So I was
We
thinking,
have to. We should not hear the details, bro. We should go to the principle. Like
हाँ
say,
कोई
if he's telling that this fellow did like this fellow did like this, he said like this, he said like
हम्म
this.
हम्म
We should not focus on the.
हाँ
We should not focus on details. Probably
correct
how he's behaving, how he spoke, what word he
correct
said. I did like this. He said this word. So those things, no, they are not good for us to hear.
correct
So what we should see, even if he's telling, na,
हम्म
then we should know that he's getting affected because he got cheated. Because if
हम्म
you feel that he cheated you or he misbehaved, and if
हम्म
you think he's very selfish and he's out of he lost his the mindset, all
हम्म
these things. No? So these are actually these things we should be very uh, we should not go for the details. Like day for yesterday, I was also in this situation where the devotee was complaining. Prabhuji, he did like this, he did like this.
हम्म
I said, Prabhuji, for me, details are not needed.
हम्म
So I was only telling that I understand, Prabhu, you have problem and with him, and he may be having, but I don't judge any of these things, him or you. For
हम्म
me, you have to work hard. He has to work hard. Both of us, we have to serve Krishna. And we
हम्म
have to see the common ground where it will not interfere with each other and disturb each other
हम्म
and continue doing service. So that is very important for us.
exactly. That's what
So we should
I
not go for
that's
the
why
details.
what I
That is
also
not
told him.
safer. Yeah.
I told him the same thing. मैंने कहा अभी I don't know all those people, and even if I know them, but I'm telling you the crux of the matter is that you just don't think whatever they are doing, let them do. You do your best, keeping Guru and Krishna in the center and trying to please them. And if you're sincere in your deeds, so it may take some time. It's something for us to, whatever is happening for our betterment, for our purification. So maybe we sometimes we may have to tolerate also certain things, but at the end of the day, if you are sincerely doing something, then despite doing good, you are getting all these things, then you can at least cry in front of the Lord that this is what is happening. And then you can, it can make you more humble. You can chant more nicely, cry out to the Lord. Maybe that is the reason Krishna wants you to go through those situations. But don't think, if you just start talking about all those people, then you will be entangled and you will not be able to come out of those thoughts only. So that is my viewpoint. So I just told him this much yesterday. I told him that you just keep Guru and Krishna in the center, try to please Prabhupada. If that is our motto, then for sure there will be no failure. Even if it may seem as a failure, but in the long run, in the eyes of the Guru and Krishna, it is a great success. So that's what I told him.
Yeah.
I was thinking that should we at least, वो क्या है, फिर मैं रात को भी सोच रहा था, मैंने कहा उसने मेरे को 15 मिनट लगाया, सब कुछ बताया, तो मैंने तो गाइड किया, बट अभी वो मेरे को भी थोड़ा सा लास्ट में रात को सोते सोते थॉट आया कि मैंने कहा why do devotees do like this? So I was
No,
thinking,
actually, that's what. If we hear too much negative, na,
hmm,
then we also start thinking. So we should not hear the details. That is
hmm,
not good for us. We
hmm,
should tell Proji what exactly you are feeling. Okay, whatever he did, he did. What you are feeling, you tell. What do you think is the solution? We should directly go for the cause and what is his feeling about it. That's what is more important for us. Don't go for details. If you hear, then when you see next time that devotee about whom you hear
hmm.
negatively, then you
Not
will have
see.
problem.
I could see in the thoughts itself in the evening.
Hmm. Well,
In,
that is not correct. Then
that's why
you will get,
that's
it will
why
affect your.
that's why I'm asking, immediately trying to get the solution that. But you said it rightly that we don't have to go into deep details. Only we just hear the what is the problem, what is the solution, and just move forward, and no, not hear the inside details.
Yes.
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
So there is one request for me to summarize the PPT once. Okay, I will take Umakant. Yes, Umakant. Purukrampu.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna.
then just one point, evolutionary part also. Evolutionary, our mindset is that, we as soon as we see negativity, mind is inclined more towards negativity rather than positivity. Okay, so this is the evolutionary mindset which people usually have. So that's the reason, the negative news receives lot of attraction more than the positive news. So why this evolutionary mechanism is there? There is a perseverance of threat and injury. Okay, so because of threat and injury is evolutionary, we try to focus more on that which is news, which is negative, and we want to get more details about it. And secondly, the the mindset, the mind itself functions with a mentality which magnifies even the smallest of the problem. So that is actually the mechanism with which I told you. M means in MIND. M means that which magnifies the problem. So I means that which imagines the pleasure. N which negates the responsibility. D means that rejects reality. So this is how the mind functions. So this is So it is not easy for to come out for the negative news. So we need to make a conscious effort to think positively out of every situation. What I understand. So this is about Prabhu's part. So let me come to my question. The question is, you said that mother. You talked about mother. So that is arrogance and pride. That is called mother. Matsara is also there something. Mother and Matsara, which is coming out of uh, wealth. So first question is Lakshmi Devi and Kubera who are there. Okay, do you think they also have such kind of elements of mother in them, or kind of a false ego in them, or are they devoid of it? If it is devoid of it, how come humans are getting this mother when they are getting connection with the wealth. So this is first question. And second question is why, in spite Daksha, he has got the darshan of the Lord. In Bhagavatam, it is said that Lord was just passing away from Mathura to Hastinapur. So he saw certain people, and certain people saw him. Just by his sight, he given liberation to so many people. Just by his sight. So when Lord's darshan is given, why don't the basic elements of the mindset itself is not changing? Because Lord's darshan itself is very auspicious. It should remove all the anarthas within you. Then why Daksha is not able to change? Because again of his highest position, or because of this mada? Why it is happening like that? That is a question. Two questions are there probably. So,
Yeah. In first case, bro, when you are talking about Kuvera and Lakshmi, it is not that money has problem. Money is not a problem. Any outcome in this world is not a problem.
okay.
Only thing is who is associating with is a problem. That means, like, you can give a knife to the
Surgeon.
knife in the hand of a doctor, a knife in the hand of a thief.
Hmm.
Knife is not a problem. The person who is holding it, what is his mindset is a problem. So here Kuvera is not proud, or Lakshmi Devi, she is giver of all these things. She is not proud. But problem is not with both of them. Problem is with the people who are holding on to it. So because of false ego, no, we start thinking these things are mine, and we start identifying with those things. That is the main problem. So, like, say, if I give somebody, I say, okay, Proji, for 1 month, keep this car with you and stay in this house, and then have this nice luxury comforts and all.
Okay.
Now, for 1 month, he knows if he's conscious, that is okay. But if
Okay.
he says, oh, this is mine, and he starts identifying with that item, and
Hmm.
he says, okay, I am this, and this is mine, and I am meant to enjoy all these things, then
Hmm.
the problem comes. So Lakshmi Devi comes to somebody, if they are grateful, okay, and engage in Krishna service, that's not a problem. But if starts thinking that I want to enjoy separately from the Lord, then all the problem comes. So the mother and all these things is because of this problem only, that they are trying to separate the thing from the Lord. That is where the false ego and all these things come. So Kuvera and Lakshmi, that is not a problem. Problem
Hmm.
is with who is having it.
Correct. See,
So that
even
is
if
the,
you look at the life of Kubera also, Kubera has even offended Lord Shiva and Parvati once. He was actually cursed by them because of his
because that
association.
is so
Hmm.
anytime you start in there, many people offend, but then they come to their senses. They understand, okay, I did a mistake. I should
Uh,
not have done it. So this chance is there. Like all children, we all, as a children, we all did mistakes. But when we grow, we understand, oh, this is a mistake I should not do. So to err is human.
human.
So
Yeah.
everybody does mistakes, but they learn from it. That is important point.
But
So
what
there
I'm
is a
saying,
tendency.
Prabhuji, that naturally, if you are having, if I give you 10 crore rupees, it comes with its own tendencies. Okay,
No,
naturally,
it
the
comes
person.
now. If you give to
Uh,
Prabhupada, will it happen like that? If you give
that's
to one very advanced Vaishnava, will it happen like that? No.
advanced Vaishnava, okay, Prabhuji. I'm talking about normal people
Huh.
like sadhakas.
Normal
Sadhakas can.
people also, some of them may not get affected also. So if you
Okay.
give to, like if you take some very rich people like Adani, Ambani, they are still religious. They are not doing, they are having so much wealth, but still they are charitable, they are religious, they take care of many mathas and all. They could have just enjoyed left, right, center. But why they are religious? Because it is not affecting them so much. They live very regulated life, and they are not just very outrageous and all. They are very respectful. Even like I went to meet Hinduja brothers, very respectful to sadhus. Whoever comes, they will receive them. So even a very small person like me and all, they are trying to show some respect. So then I understood that these people have that culture. So they not only their children are also like that only. They are very respectful to sadhus. So even though no matter how much wealth they get, they continue that. So that is there in their blood only. So they are very. Uh, respectful all the time. So this is the point. So it's not about who is
Everybody will. Yeah.
it is not for everybody. And like say now, some people now they don't get affected by name and fame. No matter it comes, they don't. For him, it is not matters. For them,
Mm.
immediately it gets to their head. They will become oh, I'm very famous. Some people's beauty they are not serious about it. So some people have weakness in some areas. So not everybody will have weakness when money comes. Some will have. They will immediately get into wrong habits. Some people after getting so much money also they live very simple life. It is like that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
know some people who are earning lakhs of rupees per month, but their life is very simple because it don't go to their head. They are like that only.
Yeah. Yeah. So some people, yeah, we can categorize some people.
Yeah.
But percentage, if you look at more people are inclined for the mother only, no, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that is see, that is
Uh,
there because we all have conditions. So this is there.
uh,
So now your second question is about Daksha, right?
yes. Yes.
So see, that is another thing. These things
Mm.
now, even after getting darshan of Lord, also it is
Uh,
not easy to come out of our conditioning. To come out of conditioning, you have to have this process. The process is constant cultivation of humility, guru-centered life, associating with devotees who are free from ninda shunya. When we do these three things, then only we can come out of the tendencies, all the weaknesses of heart which we are having. Even
mm.
Lord comes in front of us also, we cannot come. Like suddenly today, now you got darshan of Lord. Not that tomorrow onwards everything will be fine. Tomorrow again you have to come and attend morning Bhagavatam class, chant your rounds. Then only we can come out of it. Not that because I took darshan of Lord and I am free from it. See that like special cases like Lord may do it, but in general
Mm.
he says no, you work hard and come. So there is no
Okay. Okay.
shortcut. So we don't have any shortcuts. Daksha
Mm-hmm.
did practice some things, but he unless he applies these things, these three
Ah,
things, he will not be able to come to that stage, that pure devotional state. He will not come. He will remain in karma mishra only.
acha, acha.
Like
So again, exclusive mercy is required. If exclusive mercy is there, then that is different. If Lord wants to really help,
Lord want, he will immediately deliver. But otherwise, everybody has to work hard. They have to go through the process.
maybe as after
Bhakti
giving
will not
darshan.
show immediate. Bhakti will not show 100% result immediately. We have
Mm.
to take a sustained, gradual dose by dose medicine.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Bhakti may not give, but which I always insist is Sharanagati will give.
Uh,
Principle of Sharanagati, wherein we always recognize that we are not ineligible people and we are completely dependent on the mercy of Lord. Yeah. So that is, I feel, is the best path. Always.
yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Gail Matas.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes,
Hare Krishna.
as you're having these conversations, the thought of the difference between um, the mind and the false ego came to my mind. Somehow or other, the the distinction is always a little blurred for me. So, um, on the platform of the mind, right, we like or we don't like, you know.
You take terms in Sanskrit, manas, buddhi, ahankar, like that, then it becomes easy. You are
Okay,
talking about manas now.
yes, I'm talking about manas, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So manas, you like or you don't like, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to the platform of the false ego, ahankar,
Mm, mm,
you know, see, my problem here is that um, to like or not like, the element of ego is there, you know. So when we talk about um, the false ego and in relation to the sense objects, right? Is the distinction mainly that on the platform of the mind, you know, you like or don't like, but you don't necessarily have a sense of possessiveness. But when it comes to the false ego, that's when the element of possessiveness comes in. Like you want
yes.
to possess the things that you like, and or
Yes.
you're not interested in possessing the things that you don't like. So is that
Yes.
really the main distinction, or would you
Yeah.
add something different?
That is one aspect. Like say where the ego is, we want to have it in our control. It makes a boundary to the things which we like. So that's
Makes a
what it is.
boundary. Wait, why you say
It, cre-
boundary?
it creates a bond. My house. Immediately we put a boundary around our house.
Okay, okay, like that.
Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
we are making a boundary around things, and we are trying to what do you say? Uh,
And
identify with the things. So this is all because of ego. So
yeah,
as soon
ego
as
wants
you
to
say you like
control,
it, you
right?
want, I want it is where the ego comes. This is, I want it in my possessions or control that.
Control. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where the ego comes picture.
Right. And the platform of the manas, it hasn't reached that point. It's
No, no,
just
Manas is only emotional. I like, I don't like, only it will end. That's all. Manas is just emotional. You have good
uh-huh.
of it. Manas says I like it. Otherwise, I don't like it. So it's just like and I don't like only. Manas won't do. Like he is like a very hefty person sitting in a couch with a packet of potatoes and watching a TV. He does not do anything. He just says, "Oh, I like." He's very emotional. I like. I don't like that. Means I'm just
Yeah,
giving a.
I think the reason why I always have a little difficulty is because, you know, going from the point of I like or I don't like to wanting to put those boundaries, it's just like, that next step of wanting to put boundaries is almost like immediate. As soon as you decide what you
Yeah, yeah.
like,
All the things are immediate. As soon as you, it goes so fractions of seconds. We
yeah,
cannot
that's
distinguish
it.
between any of these things. That's the point. Yeah, true. Because
Okay,
as
thank
soon
you.
as you look at an item, say I saw an ice cream, first my eyes
Uh-huh.
look to it, immediately it starts, it get take the image, go to Chitta, Chitta access all the files, and it will say immediately ice cream. As soon as
Uh-huh.
it identifies it is ice cream, it goes to Manas. Manas says I like ice cream. Then
Uh-huh.
Ahankara says I want ice cream. Then Buddhi says, no, you are stupid. You cannot eat it. So, so it goes so fast, it goes in fractions
Yeah.
of second that we cannot even notice the difference between all the three things.
So it's like fractions of seconds, yet it is still successive though, right?
Ah, yes, 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 yes. You have to see it, then you have to know what is the item, then immediately the emotion comes, then Ahankara says, then Buddhi acts like that.
Yeah. You see it, then the chitta identifies it for you, and
Yes.
then manas says I don't like, and then
Yeah, Manas
ego
adds the
wants to.
emotion. Yeah, Ahankara
Mhm.
says, I don't want it. Buddhi says, no, still you have to attend the class like that.
Okay. Okay, that's why I'm
So,
here, Prabhu. Okay. Thank you so much,
so
Prabhu.
we see the speaker and we switch on or switch off the mobile, depends on the speaker like that.
Okay.
So thank you. Any other questions, comments? I will just summarize this. Uh, Summarize this PPT once. So we saw that from pitfall of power to mechanics of grace to true authority. That's how Indra again got his powers back. So for that, what he, how it went, the journey is from where he, so he was on right path. But as soon as his Aishwarya is increasing, his mother also increased, the arrogance also increased. So it became intoxicated. And then what happened is initially his guru, he was having very reverence to his guru, but because of routine nature of the presence causes, The demigods take his authority for granted, and that's why erosion happened. So even though they use strategy and strength, physical strength, it didn't work. Only Guru's grace will work. The demons did that and they exit. For Indra to again regain his strength, what he has to do, sustained humility and higher intervention. Brahma helped him so that he could get. So it's not about just age and family, it is about access to knowledge. So Vedic knowledge holds the supreme qualifier by spiritual leadership, and Vishwarup want to follow the elders as a duty, and he refused any personal gain. He did exclusively for helping them. Then we saw material lens and spiritual lens. We want Guru's mercy, we respect elders, and we had sustained humility and intervention. So this the two mm, postures of Guru and disciple. One is having sustained humility, rejecting arrogance. Another is selfless knowledge and duty without gain. So this is the we have successfully completed the seventh chapter. So we will continue this. Okay. Yes, Gil Mataji, still have some questions.
Yeah, actually, I had it previous class, but still this chapter, I believe. I forgot to ask before that. That section where Vishwarup and the Devatas are having the discussion about
Yeah.
Vishwarup accepting the role of priest,
Yes.
right? And he was, and Vishwarup, he was speaking of that job as something lower, right?
Yeah.
Something that,
Yeah.
but I didn't understand that because a person, I mean, priests are usually of the Brahminical class, no?
Yeah. Yeah.
And but here they were talking about priests accepting some kind of remuneration.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So this whole thing kind of confused me, because I mean, priests, they don't do their job. They're not supposed to do their job for money, right? Just Brahmins, they're not supposed to do their job for money. So I didn't understand why Vishnu was speaking of being a priest in a kind of deprecating way.
See how it happens is I will explain. Say there is a priest. Now he was told that okay, go and perform one ceremony in this house, and simultaneously got two options of performing ceremony. One in the house of a big rich zemindar, another is house of a very small poor no some other
Uh,
person.
uh-huh.
And now he can choose. If he goes to this poor person's house, both of them will give some dakshina because Brahmana
Mm-hmm.
sustain on charity only. In both
Mm-hmm.
places, he will get charity. Now, which place he will choose? Most probably, you are going for performing with your understanding. Now, there the contamination comes. So, he has power to help both of them, but he will choose where he will get remuneration more. So there
Yeah.
the problem comes. So that is what actually why this job of Purohit is not very sometimes not recommended is because our mind gets contaminated because of the remuneration we get from them. The charity they give that may pollute our mind and we may start doing such things. That's what Shukracharya he also felt in the case of Sharmishta. Oh, like no, we are just depending on their charity by helping them. That's why people are not valuing us like that. So this is where the problem is. That's what Vishwarup is telling. This job is sometimes considered it is contaminating also. Even though we are living on
Uh-huh.
charity, but there will be some tendencies like this.
Oh, and Vishrup was saying that he wants to avoid that contamination by
Yes.
accepting that role, right?
Yes. Yes.
But we also said that, definitely in Balaram's class, but we also said that um, he actually wanted he actually wanted that role, or he was happy that the devatas approached him to be their guru, right?
Wanted in the sense that he is um, they means he is happy to serve them because initially his intention is good only. He is not, and Vishwarup, sorry, not Vishwarup's, his thought process is right only. He properly analyzed it and based on that only he decided, okay, should I do it or not? He was
And
not wrong in any ways.
wait, say again. He was
Means
what
he is
anyway?
not wrong. He is not wrong. He is correct only. He was doing it properly.
Wait, what was he doing properly?
Means his thought process was right. Why he want to do it, he's clear about it.
No,
He's not doing for remuneration. He's not doing it. He's doing because they are elders and they have come to ask his help. That's why he wants to do. So he's happy to help them. So the
no, but
motivation of Vishwarup is correct only.
no, but there. My understanding was that he did have some selfish motive in wanting to do this thing.
No, no, he didn't have selfish motives because here he is clearly telling, na, you have come to me and if I have to help because you have come, that's why I'm helping you. So he's very clear about his understanding. He's condemning also, na, somebody is doing for such remuneration also. It is not correct. He's clearly seeing the difference. So
Mm.
at least he
So
is
you,
not wrong, but yes, he will be wrong because he will show partiality to. He thought, why only help demigods? I have power, I'll help demons also. That time Indra becomes upset.
yeah, I guess I misunderstood because I thought I understood from I believe it was Balaram Shakti Prabhu's class that he was he was happy that the demigods approached him because although he gave some, he told good things, but he was having some kind of self interest. But you're saying no,
At
there was
least
no.
in this chapter, it is not very clearly written. Prabhupada did not write, and
Mm.
translation also does not say because he did not. He was very clear only. Means at least in this uh, translation and purport, it looks like that. He is very clear with his motivation. He just want to help only.
Mhm. Even though he has some partiality towards the demons, he still wants to help.
Because he has connection for both. Na? Father side, he is related to demigods and mother side related to. So he has connection from both. So you want to help both. That is a problem. Problem is not
Mm-hmm,
helping. You wanted to help both. That is the problem.
mm-hmm. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Mm. Yeah. The example of seeing the child after long time and getting emotional, hugging, crying. Yeah, it happens in seconds. We'll not even know. Any other questions, comments? Okay, we'll end here. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.